What will happen in a drag race between a Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute and a Suzuki Hayabusa that's been tuned to 375 horsepower? Well, we're going to find out by racing them over the Stanley Quarter Mile. I'm Matt Watson, this is Amir, and you're watching Carwow.
It's a Attack, not an Absolute.
Oh, oh no, you bought the wrong one. Cancel this, we're going to get a different Koenigsegg. This is no ordinary Suzuki Hayabusa because it's been tuned by TTS Performance. The 1300cc four-cylinder engine now has forged internals, a new exhaust and, most importantly, a supercharger. It produces 370 horsepower and 258 newton meters of torque, and it sends this power to the lightweight carbon fiber rear wheel via a longer swing arm for better traction off the line and less wheeliage. With all these modifications, this bike costs around £50,000. Okay, Mir, so let's just have a little chat about this car. So we've got a 5-litre twin turbocharged V8 with how much horsepower today?
1,200 on pump gas, which is what we're running today.
Yep.
1,600 on ethanol.
Do you think this is going to be enough to beat that Suzuki over there?
I don't know. Only one way to find out.
There is certainly only one way to find out. I think you might be traction limited a little bit here on this runway, but he's going to be definitely traction limited. Would you ever go on that?
No, bikes scare me. I used to race motocross when I was younger. I like all my body parts in one.
Do you know what? I used to have motorbikes and then I had a few accidents and then I got the Fiat. Not sat on one since just because the buzz you get from them is insane. But the buzz you get from this is also insane. We're going to find out exactly what it can do. Tell me about your car. It's got this amazing green transparent paint on it, hasn't it?
Well, not paint, exposed carbon with a green tint lacquer.
Okay, so the lacquer's green, but you can see through it, so you can see that herringbone. How much does it cost to have that as an option?
€400,000 for the exposed carbon option.
And the orange paint on it?
It's about 80 grand for the orange paint.
What other options you had fitted to it?
They don't really give you many options apart from color materials finish. Alcantara interior, obviously I wanted my branding on everything. You've got Vimana, which is my private jet company.
Vimana is your private jet company?
Yeah, I set it up over 15 years ago and that's what's funded everything else along the way. We specialize in very big aircraft, so BBJs, ACJs, so your VIP airliners.
But there's some other things that I think people watching will hope that you manage to help become a reality. So what's another thing that you're kind of working on?
Developing my own car company. It's a 2+2, so 4-seater, really a GT3 car made road legal. Also 5-litre V8 producing 1,000 horsepower. Any
hybridization or anything like that?
No, twin turbo, but no electric assist.
You're also working on something or have invested in something that's designed to enable cars such as that to continue into the future, aren't you?
I invested in a company in Berlin called P1 and they produce fuel which you can use in any regular car, but the only raw material we use to produce the fuel is water.
It's carbon neutral?
Carbon neutral.
So we might not need EVs after all?
That's the plan.
Come on, Amir! Come on! Come on! Let's find out about that bike. Hey Richard, how are you, mate?
Apprehensive, bit pensive.
Last time we had you down, Richard, it's Richard from TTS Performance who builds crazy bikes. You were racing against an Agera RS, but you've upped the ante because you've got more power than before, but so have I with this Jesko Attack. What do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to beat you, I should think.
I'm not so sure, Richard. We'll find out exactly what happens. First, let's just do a quick sound check to see which vehicle sounds the best. So, Amir, if you wouldn't mind just revving up your Jesko. I mean, this thing just revs up so quick, but let's have a listen to your bike. It sounds really good, Richard, and really quite frightening. You've given this Jesko a run for its money already on the sound check, so shall we get on with the race? Do you need to warm up your tyres at all? Well, your tyre?
Yeah, I think I'll give it a little burnout just to soften the tyre up a bit.
Well, I think just revving up our Jesko has drunk a little bit too much fuel, so we're going to have to put some fuel into this before we race. It gives a little bit of an advantage to you because we're adding a bit more weight to our car, but let's do it anyway. Well, that's that then. That was good, that was. I think them tyres be warm. So this is it, we're actually going to race now.
3, 2, 1.
Great launch. Come on!
Did we win?
No! It looked like we were going to win, and then you definitely didn't win. It was so neck and neck and so close, but then no. Richard, how was it?
Bit leery.
Yeah, I saw your front wheel popping up.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit about that.
So you can go quicker?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go quicker. I think you had us on the line, right?
Yeah.
Should we do it again?
Yeah.
Here we go. Got him. Yeah, keep going. It's one each. Richard, what happened?
The clutch has become really grabby. Very difficult to get off the line, but if you're up for it, I'll give you one more go.
Yeah, well, it's best 2 out of 3. This is going to be the decider.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I didn't see the bike.
No, he didn't take off. That botched launch overheated the clutch on Richard's bike, and trying to do it again straight away would have damaged it even further, but we didn't want to leave it there. So at the end of the video, we will run the race again for one final decider. But in the meantime, we could do some rolling races. First though, the Jesko's tyres would need some extra air to be safe at higher speeds, and that's when Amir revealed how he started his private jet business. Did you start it from just with your own cash?
Yeah, probably like £1,000 to my name. So Facebook had a trial feature called Facebook Forums. They had a business section, and I met a woman in Las Vegas who was looking for gold and diamonds, and I figured, I'm from Africa, I'm sure I can source this stuff. So tried, nearly got kidnapped in the process. Like, she went to work for Spike Lee, the movie producer.
Yeah.
He set up a jet company called Halcyon Jet. She said, well, seeing as you're from Africa, would you be interested in representing us there? I knew nothing about jets, and like, show me 2 aircraft, I would be like, okay, they've both got wings, you know? I researched it, and there was only one brokerage in Africa at the time, in Johannesburg. I said, look, if you give me exclusivity, I'd be interested in doing it. They said they weren't interested in giving me exclusivity. So I just Googled world's largest jet company. One was NetJets Warren Buffett, and the other Blue Star Jets. So I faxed a copy of the signed agreement I had from Spike Lee from Halcyon, but I didn't countersign, to Berkshire Hathaway and to Blue Star. Phoned Blue Star. I was 23 at the time, asked to speak to their CEOs. I was like, he's expecting a call from me. She's like, looks who's died. She's like, no, he's not. I said, oh, I was just on the phone with him on his mobile. The line cut off. Puts me through. Told him, you know, I think there's a great opportunity in Africa. Halcyon have offered me to represent them, but they won't give me exclusivity. If you give me exclusivity, I'll sign with you. But I'm giving you 48 hours because if you don't agree, then I'm going to call NetJets next. He agreed over the phone. We signed over fax. I had 10-year exclusive rights to the Blue Star Jets name on the African continent. And then I flew to New York. It was funny because I sat in the boardroom, the president, vice president, legal team, everyone walks in. They see me and they're like, where's your dad? They're like, this stupid kid from Africa's tricked us. They thought I was a waste of time. They just figured they'd let the 10 years lapse and give it to someone serious because they had no business in Africa anyway. My first client, they want to fly from Mykonos to London on this date, which is a public holiday, airport was closed. We spoke to the operators in Greece, they said it's not possible, can you do it? I was like, yeah, of course. So then I had to figure out how to do it. I contacted the Minister of Tourism and they agreed to open the airport for me, and then I did so well in Africa, without any African clients. They gave me the rights to Asia, Monaco, Switzerland, the Middle East. I ended up owning every single Blue Star Jets office outside of North America. 10 years ago, Blue Star sold to Apollo, which then became the biggest jet company in the world, which meant I no longer had a non-compete. So I set up Vimana completely from scratch. And yeah, we've been doing really well since.
So we're going to roll into it. Second gear. 3, 2, 1, go. Here he's coming now. Come on happened there? Did we win?
I don't know.
Should we go and have a word with him? Who won?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was like that for so long.
Right, we're going to do the race again, but Richard's going to be in first gear. We're going to do it from 30. We're going to stay in second gear, see what happens this time. It could go in his favour or against him because he might end up wheeling more. Now, if you're thinking about changing your car, you should do it through Carwow. If you want to check out a cool car that I found on Carwow, a great deal, I'm thinking of buying it actually. Click on the pop-out banner up there or scan the QR code on screen now. If not, stay here for this race. Okay, you ready, Richard? So, here we go then. 3, 2, 1, go! He'll be so pleased. Yeah, we
Stayed in second.
we stayed in second gear. We forgot to change up. We're gonna do it again. 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, car! Look at it wheeling! First gear's better for you. I like your wheelie.
Oh, it takes some hanging on.
What speed were you doing when you were wheeling?
140 or something.
Jesus, no, rather you than me.
I went over the finish line about 180.
We're going to do a brake test now.
Oh, you might beat me.
Yeah, hopefully. No! Everyone was a bit late there. Do you know what, actually, if I say now, then you've got the delay way. That's probably not the best way to have done it, but still, we won. That's the main thing. Well, I think you definitely braked probably a good 10 metres after the line. Richard, you were never going to win that one.
No.
4 wheels versus 2, bikes never break. And that means your balls have to be even bigger to ride that thing.
The crush against the tank.
Right, let's hope we have a good race on this time. Best out 3, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Great launch, go. Come on a bit. Come on. It's so close, and then once it's starting to fly, that thing is mental, isn't it?
It is very quick.
I mean, this car is crazy as well.
Ooh,
Are you a happy man?
I am.
My God, you have built an absolute insane machine. So then, what exactly happened? Well, the Suzuki won. It completed the standing quarter mile in 9.8 seconds. The Koenigsegg took 9.9 seconds.
Before our next race, a quick message that could save you big time. If you're looking to buy a used car, bike or van anytime soon, then this is for you. We've partnered with our friends at Car Vertical to give you a special offer to check that it's not a write-off, stolen or had its mileage changed. Look at this Porsche Cayman on Car Vertical. It's got a clean odometer but has been damaged 3 separate times and was later resold without clear disclosure. You'd never have known that without a car history check. So when buying a used car, bike or van, run a Car Vertical report using code CARWOW for 20% off or follow the link in the description.
Amir, this is your car here then. It's called the Naran?
Naran, my surname.
I didn't say that very well, did I?
Fine, honestly.
Butchered that. But tell me about the car, because it looks wild.
It's got a 5-litre V8 producing 1,000 horsepower. I'm racing GT3 at the moment and create something that has as much of a visceral experience on the road, but takes 4 passengers.
Let's have a quick look inside then. It's very purple in there. So you've got bucket seats in the back, and you can just about carry adults short distances, yeah?
Full-size adults in the back.
Really? Okay. So how long have you been working on this car for?
7 years.
So when do you think you're actually going to have it available for sale?
So we've started taking deposits as of last month from customers, and the first customer receives his car January 2027. Doing 39 coupes.
How many deposits have you taken so far?
Under half. We've had over 250 inquiries, and I'm now meeting each customer.
What was the reasoning behind starting your own car company? Because it's a bloody nightmare, mate. I mean,
I am mad and stubborn. When I was 4 years old, I decided it was my purpose in life. So the private jet business and all the businesses along the way have been to be able to allow me to do this.
well, it certainly looks crazy. I'm looking forward to actually seeing the production version. Do you promise me, when you get the production version, we're going to bring it down here and I'll race you and your Koenigsegg against me in this? All right, let's do it. Let's shake on it. You saw that. He's going to do that. We're going to hold him to it. And I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. If you want to watch some other videos, click on the video windows. And if you want to compare this car and the Bytes quarter mile time to everything else we've ever drag raced, just click on the CarWow logo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.